Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Blair. Today's video is going to be a full face of makeup you guys have never seen me use. So some of these things are newer to me and I just haven't had the chance to use them on camera, and some things I've had for quite a while, I've just never used them in a video. So I thought it'd be fun to just do a full face with a bunch of stuff that you've never seen me use. So if you're interested in how I got this look, please keep watching and please subscribe if you haven't already. Let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start out with some primer, and I was thinking this is the only primer I have that I can't really think of a time I've used it in a video. It's the Glossier Priming Moisturizer. I really don't need any more moisturizer on my face because my face is already very dewy because I've prepped my skin with moisturizer, sunscreen, and a little bit of a facial oil. So I probably don't need this, but we'll apply a little bit anyway. This is actually a really nice product. It's a very lightweight, lotiony feeling primer, but it's very hydrating also. So it's not super thick. I believe it has some retinol in it. I could be wrong, but I feel like it does. But it's a really good base for under your makeup, especially if you have drier skin. And it does kind of sink into your skin pretty quickly. There's no smell, which I also really like. And I do like it. I don't know why I don't use this more, but it's a good one from Glossier. Moving on to color corrector, and this one was really the only one in my collection that I've never used in a video because I use most of my color correctors on a regular basis, and it's the Sephora Collection Bright Future color corrector in the shade Melon. And this is kind of one of those things, I got it a while ago and I haven't used it in a little while. And I want to say I wasn't crazy about it the first few times I used it, but it's been so long that I can't really remember. This is one, I remember this now, this is one that's pretty, it's a little bit orangier than what I would choose usually, but we're gonna try it out today. The consistency kind of reminds me of the Urban Decay Naked Skin color corrector that I love, but the color on this one is just a little bit darker than that one. All right, I'm just gonna lightly tap this in. Yeah, so this is actually, I remember now, it's more of a gel kind of consistency, and it's very pigmented, so you don't want to use too much of this. This is one of those correctors that you just want to use it really sparingly because it's a pretty dark orangey color. But if you have dark circles like me, it can work really well at correcting under your eyes, which it did. Yeah, that looks really nice actually. So I mainly wanted to do this video kind of along the lines of full face of nothing new, but just things that I have in my collection and I don't even reach for them that much just in my everyday life, and I definitely don't film with them for whatever reason. I just thought it would be fun to share some of those things with you. So that color corrector looks pretty good right now. Okay, now we're gonna move on to concealer, and this was hard because I rotate my concealers pretty frequently, so I've used most of them in videos. But the one that I feel like I have not used is actually by Clarins. It's the Instant Concealer. I feel like nobody ever talks about this, ever. I don't know that, I feel like the only person I've ever seen use this is Sam Chapman, or the Pixie Woos here on YouTube. And it's been a very long time since I've used this, so we will see what I think. I'm just going to take a little bit on the back of my hand and get some on my ring finger. I haven't used this in a very, very long time. And it's a little bit light actually, but that's okay. I'm just kind of patting it out with my finger. And then I'll probably use a sponge. This is a very natural finish concealer. It's not super matte and it's not super dewy. It's just a very natural finish, but it's really nice. I feel like nobody really talks about Clarins in general on YouTube, and this is actually the only product I've ever tried from them. But it's a really nice concealer. The only bad thing is I think it only comes in 3 colors, which sucks. I wish it came in more, but it's a really pretty concealer. Moving on to foundation. This I have definitely never used on camera because I actually just got this. I've never tried it before. The Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is one of those products I've always wanted to try, and it's just not one that I've ever actually purchased until a few weeks ago, and I haven't used it yet, so I figured I would use it today. I have the shade 4.5 Vienna, and I'm just going to take 2 pumps of that foundation. I've tried Nars Sheer Glow before, but not the Natural Longwear Radiant Foundation. I kind of want to use this brush. I don't know why. This is one of my BH Cosmetics brushes I got in the Crystal Zodiac kit I talked about a few videos back. And I think this is actually supposed to be a blush brush, but for some reason, I really want to use this for this foundation. So we're going to try it. Wow. Okay. So actually this brush is blending this out beautifully. I don't know why, but for some reason whenever I got this BH Cosmetics set and I pulled this brush out, this screamed like it might be a good foundation brush to me. And I'm not sure why. Ooh. I'm not sure which I'm more excited about, the brush or foundation. Wow. Oh, this is my kind of foundation. Obviously this is full coverage, so I don't wear full coverage on a daily basis, but when you need full coverage, oh my. That is so pretty. Oh my gosh. Let me just show you this brush. I don't even know how to describe the shape. It's just a round, not super fluffy, but not super dense brush. Oh my gosh, but I love it. Wow. And look how glowy my face is. You guys know I love glowy foundation. I like this brush because it's fluffy enough to not pack the foundation on so heavily, but it is dense enough to give you some coverage. It's almost like, it's kind of similar to my Smashbox brush, but this one is a little bit taller, whereas this one's a little bit shorter and more dense. I don't know, but I'm very glad I tried this because I love this. I'm gonna just take my Real Techniques sponge real quick and just kind of lightly go over everything, but okay. So I'm thinking this is maybe a new favorite foundation for me. Like I said, not for every day because it does have a good bit of coverage, but when I want more coverage, this is beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love it. Moving on, I'm going to apply just a little bit of powder. I don't want to take away this glow I have going on, but I am going to use a little bit of my Mercier Candleglow Perfecting Powder. This is in the number 2. I don't think I've ever used this in a video, but I really like this powder. It kind of reminds me of my Hourglass powders that I love. It's a powder that doesn't look like powder, which is what I'm always looking for. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that. All over my face. And for bronzer, I am going to use this from Bobbi Brown. It's one of these shimmer bricks, and this is the bronze shade. So I got this, I think I got this back when Neiman Marcus was doing 25% off everything. I'm pretty sure that's when I got this. And I haven't used it that much actually. I feel like this is one of those products that you used to see on YouTube all the time years ago. These shimmer bricks were like one of the popular things you would see just all over. I liked the bronze one because it is a bronzer, but it definitely can be a blush also because the tones in here, like you have some pinks. See if you can see. The tones in here are bronzy, but you definitely have some like pinky undertones in here too. So I feel like this is a really good product to have that is kind of a bronzer and a blush. I feel like this Bobbi Brown, again, I feel like no one talks about Bobbi Brown. Why is that? I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't get a whole lot of love here on YouTube. So I had a blush picked out that I haven't used in a video, and I really want to use it, but it's a cream, and I don't know if that's going to be an issue over the powder. I might try it though and just see. But I have the Tower 28 Beach Please Buildable Luminous Color for cheeks, and this is in Magic Hour. It's a really gorgeous nudie kind of pink, and I've used this but not in a video before. So I think I'm just going to take a little bit of it and see how this goes. Hopefully it's okay. And I'm also going to use a BH Cosmetics brush with this. This is the little angled brush. It's the number 4, also from the Crystal Zodiac set. So pretty. I'm just putting it on anyway, even though it's a cream. But look at that. Oh. See, this is why I like these kinds of videos, because forces you to try things that you don't use that much. And you're not sure why you don't use it, but you just don't. So yeah, that blush, so gorgeous. This is one of those things that was selling out over and over and over. I'm pretty sure it's in stock now on Sephora, but you can also use this on your lips. It's a gorgeous color, but they do have a few others as well. Now moving on to the eyebrows. Like I've said before, I don't have a ton of brow products. So I don't have a lot to choose from, but I do have this from Wet n Wild. It's the Retractable Brow Pencil. And I also have one of the Benefit Gimme Brows. This is just a little mini size. I don't use either of these hardly ever, so I figured I would pull them out again for this video. The Wet n Wild brow pencil is in the shade Ash Brown. And this is actually one of the angled brow pencils. Which I always feel like I have to kind of get used to, because I usually use the Anastasia Brow Wiz and it's a lot smaller and it's not angled. So I'm just going to kind of lightly fill in the brows, and then I'll use a little bit of the Gimme Brow. Okay. So there's that, and actually this brow pencil is really nice. I don't know why I don't use it. It's just not something I reach for often, but it is pretty nice and it's super, super affordable. Now I'm just gonna take a little bit of the Gimme Brow. This is in shade number 3. I can't even remember if this shade matches me or not. Yeah, it looks fine. For the eyes today, I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Natural Nudes palette. This is one of my favorite palettes that I have, and I've never used this in a video, and I'm not sure why, but we're going to use it today. I just want to do something bronzy, just like always, because that's just what I like. First, I'm going to go in with this shade, which is called Swan. It's just a really light cream color shade. And I'm just going to go in with this all over my eye. I know when this palette came out, a lot of people were like, oh, it's so boring, you know. It's predictable, and I guess in some sense that's true, but I personally love it. I love literally every color in here. And there are very few palettes that I can say that about, but I love everything about this palette. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Seashell, which is this really pretty, kind of a matte peachy shade. Taking this on a big fluffy brush and just lightly sweeping this kind of all over the eye. Now I'm going to go in with this really pretty warm brown. It's called Maple. And it's very similar to that first shade that we used. It's just darker. I'm putting this on the outer portion of the eye and then sweeping it into the crease. And I'm using a BH Cosmetics number 8 brush, also from that Crystal Zodiac collection. Which actually, if you need some new brushes, that was a really good brush set. And it was, I think it was like $28 or so. It was very affordable. I'm going to take this really pretty shimmery brown right here. It's called Sugar Chestnut or Sugared Chestnut. Also with the BH Cosmetics number 12 from that same little set. This shade has a little bit of shimmer in it, but not a ton. So now that I have that darker shade on the outer portion, I'm going to go back in with the first shade that we used, Seashell, and the big fluffy brush again, and make sure this is nice and blended. Then I'm going to take the shade Golden Light right here. It's a really pretty gold. Actually, it's more of a copper shade, I guess. And I'm taking this on my ring finger and just tapping this in the middle of the eye. And then I'm going to take this shade. This shade is so pretty. Shimmering Pearl. It's just a typical light champagne-y gold that is really, really pretty. And again, I'm taking this on my finger. And just tapping it in. Now I'm going to take a little bit of that shimmery brown Sugared Chestnut again. And I'm just going to use a little bit of this on my lower lash line. I am going to take the MAC Eye Kohl in the shade Costa Riche. I can't remember if I've done this in a video or not. And I'm going to just tight line my eyes with this. I love this shade from MAC. It's a really pretty, kind of a golden-y brown. I love it. I'm going to curl my eyelashes. This is nothing new. For mascara today, I'm going to use the Mercier Caviar Volume Mascara. This I actually just opened like a week or two ago, and I do like this. This kind of reminds me of, or the wand at least, kind of reminds me of Too Faced Better Than Sex. So as you can see, this mascara is definitely a volumizing mascara. It's not, definitely not like an everyday minimal makeup kind of mascara, but it's a good one if you want your lashes to be very intense and in your face. It's like a, you want to look like you have false lashes on kind of mascara, but you don't. Moving on to lips, I'm going to first use a little bit of my Bobbi Brown Nude lip pencil. This is a really nice lip pencil also. I think I'm going to do tons of stuff to my lips. I'm going to take a little bit of the Tower 28 which is a gorgeous lip color. So pretty. I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown Crushed Oil Lip Gloss in the shade Free Spirit. If you like really thin lip gloss that looks really shiny but it's not sticky or anything, these Bobbi Brown oil lip glosses are so nice. One more thing, I did want to use the Ofra highlighter in Rodeo Drive. I never use this in videos either, and I really don't need any right now, but oh well. There. One last thing, I'm going to spray my face with my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I don't use this that often. I use this when I wear a good bit of makeup and I want it to last, but it's not my favorite setting mist, but we're going to use it today. And here is the final look. I hope you guys like this video. If you like this style of video where I just use some things that maybe you guys have never seen before, let me know and I will continue to do these for you. Sometimes, you know, I can't use all, I have a good bit of makeup and sometimes I tend to reach for the same kind of things and I forget about things that I actually really do like or things I just totally forgot that I even had. So I think this is a fun way to bring out some of those products. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do before you leave today. I would love to have you here on my channel. I upload new videos every Wednesday and Friday. Also, make sure to go follow me over on Instagram at the same username, simply.blair. If you have any video requests that you want to see, please always leave them in the comments. I love to hear what you guys are interested in seeing from me. I'll see you next time. Remember, simply be you. Bye.